Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we live. And sometimes it's a huge relief when a sports team finally ends a lengthy playoff drought. We saw it recently with the Seattle Mariners in baseball. Might have been 2023. I think it was 2023. We saw it with the Sacramento Kings in the 2022-23 season. They went something like 16 straight years without reaching the playoffs. A team like the New York Jets, they have to wait another season after a huge disappointment this year. And in the NHL, it's starting to look like the same for the Buffalo Sabres as they have gone 13 straight seasons without the playoffs. Got off to a fairly decent start, which made some believe that potentially that streak can end. Well, now, as we can see, they have now lost 10 games in a row. Their last win came against the San Jose Sharks on November 23rd. That was 23 days ago. You see losses of 1-0, 4-3, 3-0, 5-4, 3-2, 5-2, 6-5, 3-2, 4-2, and 5-3. At least sent 3 games in overtime. One went to a shootout. 3 points total in those 10 games. You see upcoming schedule. Yes, Montreal should be a winnable game tomorrow. But if they lose that versus Toronto at Boston, then Chicago would be the next easy game on December 27th. But anyhow, yes, 10 losses in a row. How long will the streak continue? Well, they hired longtime head coach Lindy Ruff to take over behind the ice once again for the Buffalo Sabres. Of course, I think he was the head coach for 15 or 16 seasons before he was canned in 2013. But even the coaching change for a Sabres coaching legend hasn't necessarily made the changes that they'd hoped. So, Sabres owner Terry Pegula likely heading to Montreal to meet struggling team. This is via Sportsnet. So the Buffalo Sabres' woeful recent play seems to be triggering a very important meeting. Sportsnet's Elliot Friedman reported on 32 Thoughts, a podcast, under the impression that team owner Terry Pegula is heading to Montreal to meet the free-falling team on Monday. That means to me one of two things. Freeman said either he's making changes or he's saying this is the group, this is who we're going with. It's possible there was other options, but I want to know what they are. I think it's one or the other. It's not often an owner goes on the road either with the team or to meet the team. Obviously, it's a big day and a big meeting for the Sabres. I mean, wouldn't it be unprecedented for a team to, overcome a lengthy losing streak like this and find a way into the playoffs? But we can't really say the season's young anymore. Sabres are 31 of 82 games through. You see they are in 7th place in the Atlantic Division, only ahead of the Montreal Canadiens. Sabres 26 points, or only more than the Canadiens in the Eastern Conference. In the Western Conference, just 2 teams with less, the Predators and the Blackhawks, and then they have the same amount of points as the Anaheim Ducks. So, yes, the tied for 4th least points in the NHL, and yes, as I mentioned, lengthy time without the postseason. We see the last time they reached the playoffs was in 2010-11. That season went 43-29 before and 10 overtime losses. Sorry. Last season, this season prior to that was the last time they had triple digit points, where they had 100 exactly in 2009-10. Since the playoff drought, their best season, they had 91 points, but wasn't enough. And yes, they are now 11-16-4, definitely putting themselves in a hole and looking like it'll be 14 straight seasons without the playoffs unless a change to their play happens rather quickly. What are your thoughts? Do you think Terry Pegula is looking to make a change for the Sabres? Is that why he's going? Can he help motivate his struggling team? Only time will tell. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.